I was talking to someone the other day that was talking about the same thing, right? AI peeling off a lot of the, alleviating some of those easier transactions, but then leaving the more complex transactions with the agent. What does that do from a mental health perspective for the agent when they're seeing complex after complex after complex? They're seeing more grievances. What does that do to the mental health of an agent that you're seeing?
Yeah, so I think that's exactly right. So I think what's happening for agents is the kind of the easier tasks and the tasks that create a bit of respite in between more difficult calls is typically going. And actually, those difficult calls, those complex queries are now the majority, not the minority. I think that comes with an added kind of watch on people's mental health to make sure that we are checking in on employees regularly enough. Those calls are now probably more the majority than the exception. So it's being aware of giving the right breaks, giving the right outlets to kind of download after a call. I think coupled with hybrid working, or typically a lot of contact centres are now pretty much working at home, a great deal of the time. You can no longer overhear that call, checking on an advisor after the call. So I think our quality management and kind of quality monitoring tools play a part in that, to pick up the sentiment analysis, to understand where somebody might have had a particularly difficult call. How do we check in real time, rather than get to the end of the month and then realise actually someone had a really difficult week. But I also think there's an element for employees where we need to give them the space and the kind of autonomy to be able to talk up and say, do you know what, I've had a really difficult day. I need to just download to somebody, or, depending on the business, you might be able to take individuals off calls for a small amount of time just to give them that respite that they're not getting in the same ways we would have done historically.
I absolutely love that, because you're absolutely right. In this hybrid working environment, we have now looked at quality a little differently. Before, quality was for the sake of purely customer experience. Like, hey, are we doing the right things? Are we saying the right things? Now, quality can also be leveraged from an agent perspective to kind of pick up that, the tone, and you can kind of now detect quiet quitting, right? Like when a person is disengaged and they're just like kind of checking the boxes. Yep. You can pick up all of those types of things, stressors. You can, and now coach those from a leadership perspective. So I think you're spot on when it comes to that.